All right, hello folks. We are back. This is going to be part 6 of the Louis Totestra game. Uh, if you're watching the recording, this doesn't matter, but if you're watching live, this is later than I normally stream. I had a short stream earlier this morning, local time, where I did a little teamfight tactics, did a pair of solo ranked games, which actually went really well. And then we had a doctor's appointment for our son William, so we ran into the doctor. We just got back like 20 minutes ago. He had to fall asleep, so he's napping in his crib now. Might be along a little bit later when he wakes up to pop in here. And now we're gonna continue the Civ 4 games. This probably won't be as long of a stream. It's likely gonna be maybe 2 hours at most because it is quite a bit later. Local time here, this is mid-afternoon, and by the end of the afternoon, we got to start getting ready for dinner. But yeah, William's doing okay. He basically has a cough right now. Hi, those of you just getting here. Burninator, Coding Cajun, Link Mario Samus. Basically, he has a cough, and it's been persistent for over 2 weeks now. And we just wanted to check in with the doctor. Oh, by the way, thanks for subscribing, Gnarl. So, wanted to check in on the doctor, make sure nothing more serious is there. So the doctor listened to him, his breathing, and said, "This should clear up on its own. It shouldn't be. It does not seem like it's more serious. Just keep keep him in a place that has like a humidifier, which we're already doing, and gave us one or two smaller things, but didn't think he needed like a prescription medication. So that's good news. Anyway, as far as our Civ 4 game, oh yeah, that's definitely a relief. Thanks, guys. Thank you. But no, he's doing okay. He's super happy. He's a very happy baby. He just has this cough that's been persistent. All right, so trying to remember, it's been a week since I played this. Again, if you're watching the recordings, you can just click from one video to the next. But as playing this, there's like 7 days of time, and it can be hard to remember sometimes what's going on. I know that we're in the middle of settling all these islands. Looks like I think oh, the other thing we did is we have our long running attempt to go settle up here in this part of the map. We have some settlers that are on very long go-to orders over here. If we can zoom out on the map, we got a long go-to order to try to get up here to settle up here. Hopefully that's going to work. I guess we're going to find out. We've been settling a lot of islands. So about 10 more turns to get up there. We're also about to do a big, oh, that's right. I triggered the golden age because we're about to do a big round of factory constructions. Anyway, thanks for popping in, Narlso. Hi, perfect time is to finish first during a stream. Thanks for all the content. Good luck with the checkup. Yes, greetings from Germany. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Friday evening over there. It's a little earlier in the day here in East Coast of the US. So I think that's where we are right now. We're going to be flipping a whole bunch of these cities over to factories, and we're going to use the golden age to build factories and coal plants. And then we'll have to figure out what we can do about health. But we're also going to be spreading Sid Sushi. That's kind of like the other thing, is spreading Sid Sushi around. And our next push, so the next push is we could go for railroads. Mining Inc. is there, but we already said this before. Mining Inc.'s not really going to do that much for us because we don't really have a lot of mining. I mean, I guess it would do something, right? We get the +7 production. Like, that's not nothing overall. Um, but it's a little bit lower of a priority. Also, I burned my great engineer, so I don't even have a great engineer. So we could go for railroad, but I actually think the next thing we should do is go down this line, electricity. We actually have a fair number of windmills on this map. And we really want to lock down radio. It's really important to lock down Eiffel Tower for the free broadcast hours. We would really like to build Broadway and rock and roll for extra happiness. And Christo would be awesome for us in this game because then we could pop into slavery when we need to whip stuff, and otherwise we can be in emancipation. Um, and yeah, probably go for mass media as well, just to lock down the U. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we need to go down this route. Still planning on going spaceship long term, but I think we're going to go electricity radio for our next two techs. And then after that, maybe we'll go back and pick up railroad. Railroads would be really nice for the movement advantage, and it also gives us extra production too. Hospitals and aqueducts should handle the health. Well, for a little while anyway. For a little while. You can see we have some unhealthiness here, but we're going to be spreading Sid Sushi around. And I'm actually not going to have enough gold to use that missionary or executive at first, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. A lot. We're going to need a lot. Oh, actually, no, I actually got a fair amount of extra gold. Did I get fail gold from something here? I can't remember. We do not have a heroic epic city. Oh, he wants to give us. Well, wait a minute. We already have a ton of fish. I am going to say no to this. Now, I'm fully aware I could trade for more resources just to pick up additional fish. Well, maybe we should do one for our you've supplied us with resources. Actually, we probably should do one. so that we can get the you supplied us with resources bonus. Oh, well, that's a better deal than what he was offering. Okay, cool.
People can have the modern
Kremlin.
city
Mansa
and
got the
trade with
Kremlin. Yes, thank
so
you.
long as
That's
it's
right.
black.
He got the Kremlin. Again, we're not really going to be in slavery civic much longer. Once you have factories, it becomes less relevant as a wonder. So I would have liked to have gotten it, don't get me wrong. But as I said, it's a little bit less important. Okay. So now that we have this, we're going to be starting to lay off the draft because now we have infantry, which are a 2-pop draft. Instead, we're going to be looking to get factories up. We still don't even have the salon here, do we? Well, to the factory. We'll probably whip this factory. It costs 11 per population. Well, Base can grow that pretty quickly. All right, for you, how about you work on the factories as well? Look at all these great people. We're going to be getting a lot of great people, by the way, once we start running all these specialists. We still have 2 unhappy faces here. So, yeah. And we'll probably want to build Pentagon somewhere too, but not in this city. As I said, pretty much every city is going to be going for factories. Factories are really important since, of course, they let us. And since we want to build factories, I'm going to emphasize the engineers. Since they let us build everything faster. All right, this city was doing workboats. I need to come back here. I can't remember if I need to queue another one up. All right, so how many? Where's the workboats again? I have quite a few of them out. So I've got 2 of them, 2 built. Now, do I need to do another one? Let's see. Yeah, we did get the fail gold there. I don't think I need any more because these 2 are cover these 2. And this, I guess we will want to connect eventually. Oh, wow, another Barb City captured. Where was that? Oh, this Barb City was finally taken. Let's see if we can get a map update from with Hammer over here. Could you spare this for a good friend? Okay, so that Barb City has finally fallen. This one is still around. Nubian is apparently still there, but Thracian did fall. Now this one, Teotihuacan, is still there. Anyway, long story short, I don't need another workboat out of here. I think we've got this covered for now, so why don't you work on a factory then? Any concern Vance has so much more production than could beat you to the spaceship parts? No, not really. I'm not too concerned about that. The AI doesn't handle the late game quite as well as the player does. So, I mean, in a worst case scenario, we could always look to invade, I guess, if we had to. I don't really want to do that, but I guess it's a possibility. And then what was it over here? We had, yeah, I think we had a tile over here that we needed to improve. Unless this worker was going somewhere else. Oh, actually over here. I was going over here. That's right. Because we had tiles to mine over here. All right. Might as well road that while we can. I think we're gonna wait. Is this city even in our borders? No, the city's not in our borders. So yeah, we should. Yeah, we should just chop this while we can. Have we improved all the tiles over here? I think we have. Yeah, I think we improved everything over here. Okay, so yeah, not a lot more for us to do right now with all the tiles improved here. So I can't change civics for. Oh yeah, I already swapped out a nationhood. I went to free speech. That's right. So we might want to go to emancipation soon. We'll see, just so we can avoid the unhappiness from that. It's not too bad yet. Yeah. So the workers up here, there's not really a whole lot more for them to do. Maybe I can find a way to pick these guys up and transport them to one of these islands. Maybe I still have 2 workers here waiting for a pickup, so maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I've improved all the tiles. I mean, this does tend to happen as you hit a point where you've improved everything. Where are we? Oh, we're still exploring the map over here, aren't we? These Ramses won't trade maps with us for some reason. All right, so where do we send the next Sid Sushi exec? I think we send it to Base. Yeah. We got to wait a turn to spread. And let's do this. Let's run at even odds for electricity in 3. This game has proved Julius Caesar is garbage. Well, he had a rough game in this one, that's to be sure. All right, so where do we next have to explore? Over here to the west, I guess. By the way, there's some nice terrain up here. Maybe we should start making a push for this island. It's not that far away. It's up north of Mansa. A lot of resources up there. We also need to get a city down here on the silver. So, oh wait, I have a settler right here. That's right. I've got a settler here. Almost done. I need to get a, where can I get a boat over here. It's not a caravel. Caravels can't transport settlers. Well, I'll work on it in a minute. Yeah, anyway, so we got the lumber mill done there. That's pretty nice. Now we'll see if we can improve these tiles. Okay. Julius sometimes seems weirdly passive. Oh, we also need to get a Sid Sushi down here for the humongous cultural increase. We don't get a free specialist here, unfortunately. Okay, so how do we get a ship down here? Where are my closest galleons, by the way? Probably should have more than I do. Okay, we have no galleons anywhere close to this, so that means that we're going to need to whip one out if we're ever going to get this settler done. Okay, so we're going to have to get one from one of these cities. How about a city like Montreal? All right, Montreal, get me a galleon. Just need another one. You can whip this next turn, and then you can grab this settler. We already have a defender here. We got the mace, but then we're going to need workers too. So maybe because we need workers to connect the silver. We could also settle on the, well, no. If we settle on the silver, the city's completely worthless because it can never be water bound. I am going to have some extra workers, yeah, up here. So I can move some workers down here, and maybe the galleon can run up and grab them. Oh, we have never mind. We have two workers right here that are just chilling. Okay, never mind. We have workers right here. Cool. All right, let's go through and check our cities. So I mean, hospital's nice, but we should do the factory first because the factory allows us to build that faster. All right, Sid Sushi exec can finish. That's fine. The jail is one turn. We'll let that finish. So I'll just queue up the factory now so we don't have to do it next turn. Customs house. I mean, that's nice, but we'd much rather whip the factory. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of whipping shortly. Whipping for factories. Oh, we need to improve these tiles here too. And that needs to be mined for another source of coal. Did we ever get lumber mills going in Poverty Point? Where's Poverty Point again? I can't remember where. I know that there was a desire to lumber mill these tiles, which we probably will do when we can get around to it. Poverty Post. Where is that city? I have so many cities is the thing. Poverty Post. I can't remember where. On Quebec Island. Oh. Oh yeah, we technically could have been building lumber mills on these tiles, couldn't we? Instead of just standing here. Well, you guys can work on that. You got time to probably not finish this, but can dump in a turn or two while the galleon comes out. Okay, so we were on Wood Point here. Already have the factories queued up in this city. Look at all these merchants, pretty wild. All right, jail. Factory's definitely better. It's gonna cost like 5 pop to finish, but is what it is. Customs house is nice, but factory is better. We want a levee there eventually too. Yeah, same thing here. So a lot of these cities. Now I know you normally don't whip in a golden age, but still, a lot of these cities are going to get whipped because a lot of them are just running out of their whip unhappiness. Yeah, you can finish the intelligence agency. You're almost done with that. You're only 2 turns away. Omelette du fromage. There you go. You're like halfway done with that. Grocer, that can finish. That's almost done. Montreal's going to whip that galleon. This is halfway done with the bank. We can let that finish naturally. The city actually has pretty good production. Library is fine there. Again, the factory coal plant powers up future whip, so it's good to have. Also lets us run engineer specialist, which is good. Factory, all right, that's just naturally building that. Oh, wow, by the way, Woody, pretty good city over here. Woody RIP, not a bad city. How are we doing in the culture competition at Woody? 53%. I think I have to keep running the artist just for safety's sake. Because what I'd like to do is this. Oh wait, no, never mind, I get a free artist, I forgot. I get a free specialist. I can't unassign, so I actually have double artist specialists here from the salon. That's why I have so much commerce here, or culture here. 12 from the artists, and then that gets doubled. All right, you can finish the grocer. You're, again, halfway done that. A bunch of these cities, I'm just queuing these up. All right, the lighthouse. We need to two-pop whip that lighthouse as soon as it can get there. Sid's Paradise. Yeah, this is gonna need that anyway. We got a lot of cities here, so managing all these cities is not always the easiest. And these little cities are still working on their basic infrastructure. Elderberry's is gonna need that lighthouse. Okay. All right. Looks good. And we're getting 2,500 beakers per turn. That's pretty good. I know we're in a golden age, but still. What sort of win condition do you want for your birthday? All right. Sure. I don't really care if this guy gets horses. We can get another fish here. Let's just see. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he'd give me more for horses. This is 3 more sushi resources, by the way. Oh my God, we're gonna have so much food from Sid Sushi. Wouldn't universal suffrage be worth it? No, not really. And the reason why is you can only run uni suffrage or representation. They conflict with each other, and I'm running a lot of specialists. So the 3 beakers from each specialist from representation is really good. Yeah, so Liz mentioned this in the chat, but for those who don't know, tomorrow's my birthday. Tomorrow is also William's birthday. He will be 1. I will be 41. Little difference in the old age there between the two of us, but yeah. Alrighty. Spy specialist in Chamonix as well. Okay. If I can remember where Chamonix is now. We got a lot of, oh, it's one of my core cities. Yeah, it's this one, the little city that could. Thank you. So we're on the merchant until we can whip this. Okay. Plus, you're right. Link Mario Samus said correctly. We also need to spend money to spread our corporation. So we get 23 food and 90 culture per turn with this. Oh my god. Also costs 75 gold to spread it. Yeah. So we ended up losing about 25 gold per turn by doing that. We went from minus 12 to plus 12. Or plus 12 to minus 12, excuse me. But the trade-off is we are now at what is 51 minus 16? Some insane amount of food. Um, I think we just let this city grow at this point for a while. Well, we still have infrastructure to whip out of here. Yeah, what? Geez, what is this? That's plus 35 food? Am I doing that right? No, yeah, that's 35 food. We're at plus 35 food per turn. Yeah, and we're also at 234 culture. So we could definitely go the cultural victory route pretty easily here. I think it's just more entertaining to push for space. Yeah, break the game. This is kind of a break the game thing here. So I'm just going to continue moving my workers over in this direction. I don't think they're going to have too much to do until we discover there is still some work to do, to be fair. As you said, we do have some hills to improve over here, but there's probably not and like this is still something that they can improve, but there's probably not too much more for them to do until we get to railroad, which is not that far off, by the way. All right, so we'll lumber mill this tile too. This is another good tile. All right, so we just spread in Chamonix. We also want our capital, Louisville, to get this benefit as well. Actually helps a lot in the city because the city is high production but low food. So the food will really help here too. All right, yeah, well, you can see it's costing us a lot, but yeah, well, on water maps, the sushi starts to get really crazy. Um, so we're getting, yeah, 23 food, 90 culture per turn. Any city we put this in. We only have it in 4 cities so far, but this session we should be able to, yeah. And so now the capital's plus 25 food per turn. So we're just going to grow onto, I don't know, a billion specialists again. Once we have like 10 specialists in each city and they're all getting representation benefit, as I said, we might spend some time in caste system, honestly. Like if we don't need slavery to whip things, just sit in caste system and run a billion scientists. Like why not? How long would you have to run the culture slider? I don't know. It's a good question. By the way, this tile just flipped over into Matz's control. Good thing we chopped it before that happened. I'm not going to build a road for you on that tile, by the way, buddy. All right. Still have some caravels out exploring the ocean, so move over there for right now. There's a barb. Well, you go the opposite direction. Go see what you can. Oh, actually, we already explored it. Well, get over there and see what you can find. we can offset some of the cost of these by running merchant specialists, which I think we're going to have to run a fair number of. We have a little emancipation on happiness in our larger cities. Like Sword Coast has one emancipation on happiness base, but we really want to get this settler here because that's +2. That's 2 more happiness from this. Any city with a forge, and then these gold tiles are also 2 more happiness if we can get any of these gold resources. So we're hopeful of this. Like over here, I think I have multiple settlers headed in that direction. All right, so we had a couple whips to do in our cities. So this city doesn't have enough pop yet. It costs 7 pop. Okay, well, I mean, we'll get there eventually, right? We're growing 1 pop every turn also. Yeah. So, okay. Roquefort obviously can just build the factory normally. You'll need to whip this, but that's fine. Okay. Cost 7. I think maybe we hold off a little bit longer. That's a 7 pop whip is a little pricey. Yeah, seven pop. This is where it would be good to be an organized religion for some of these whips. And yeah, this city I'm not planning on whipping. That wouldn't make any sense to whip there. But a city like Corsica, it actually does make sense because this city has no production. So we will go ahead and do that. But the overflow needs to go into a coal plant, but I can't queue that up just yet. So what we'll do is we'll cancel the jail so that I get the prompt next turn. Silk Road doesn't have enough pop for that. This city, similarly, like it has no production. It can only build things via the whip. So, ugh, these 7 pop whips are pretty painful to do, but I do want to get factories done in these cities. 7 pop whips, Jesus. It's really just the cities that are pure, what do you call it? Just fishing towns and just have no production innately. In Quebec, you're not nearly large enough for that. Like even Regret can build the factory relatively quickly. Cape Corn, though, probably will have to whip this because it has no production. All right. Okay, I think that's good. All right, some brutal whips. We are quite mean to our population. Is there any incense? Good question. That's the one other one we're missing. Is there any incense on this map? It's often in desert regions. Yeah, so there's some here. Okay, so we got to keep checking with Hannibal because he is likely to have some over time. Like once he gets this in his orders, we'd like to trade for it. Good suggestion. It doesn't have a. It doesn't get a double. Doesn't get the doubled benefit very easily. So we're going to rush through the factories. If after we finish the factories, this is still unclaimed, then we'll make a play for this island. But I want to get the factories and coal plants up first, and then we'll see what we can do about settling this. If we're going to dot map this island, we can get quite a few cities on here. So let's just do this real quickly. So this would have to be a city, or else that's wasted. Although actually that waste, I think the fish would just have to be wasted because then this would waste both of these, and that's not worthwhile. Why do I delete this again? Oops. Here we go. Always fun trying to plan this out. Yeah, there's no way to get both of these and this in range at the same time. So as a result, it's probably here. I think 3 cities for this island. Here. And then one. Oh, geez, this is actually really awkward, isn't it? This is actually a very awkward island to dot map because it's hard to get these. Maybe it is just 2 cities and you just have to accept that you're wasting some of this. First X should go 1 tile east. Yeah, I guess it's just 2 cities on this island, which would be overloaded with resources, but I don't see a way to get 3 on there. Yeah, I can't get 3. I'm like 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, we could do here, here, and here. Actually, that's probably the best you can do. You can get 3 on here, and they all certainly have enough space for. All certainly have more than enough food. So I guess that would have to be this. It's the only way to get 3 cities on this island and have them be legal spots. So I guess that would be it. Yeah, that fits. I mean, it wastes a couple resources, but every one of these cities still has double food resources, which is more than enough. All the fish are actually wasted. All 3 of these, but is what it is. Any wars? The only war that's been going on is, well, I guess Kublai Khan declared war on Ramses. The other one was Caesar has been fighting Kublai. Those 2 have been fighting. The fish are better than crab, it's true, but I still like that setup there. Okay. So all those cities we whipped are going to grow back. Caravel versus Barb Galley. We have like 90% odds to win this, so took a fair amount of damage in the process though. All right, factory done. Coal plant. Gonna have to whip that as well, but base production 2. Maybe it's a little silly to whip out these buildings. I guess this has enough overflow. This, because as the iron resource, actually does get some production. All right, there's the settler. Next up, we'll do the factory here as well, once that unhappiness wears off. All right, so galleon. Oh, we got a great engineer. Okay, maybe we do go for mining ink then. At the very least, we'll hold that for our next golden age. Okay. So you guys can finish the lumber mill, or get at least a tile. I think they're 1 turn away from finishing that. I think they're 1 turn away from finishing. Okay, you move here. Road. That way you can now move on to this tile as well. Probably makes more sense to lumber mill this, because it's the same production benefit. We don't get the chopping benefit. Yeah, you can't move until the next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, can't move until next turn. I mean, it's the same ongoing wars. Kublai and Ramses are the only ones fighting right now. There's our home military. If we could always upgrade these all to infantry if things got ugly. Like if someone actually declared war, we'd upgrade these to infantry and go from there. Louisville's going to grow like a weed now, and it's going to keep growing onto factories. So like the biggest cost is the very first turn that we build. Like when we first drop in the Sid Sushi exec, we pay the cost up front, but it takes a while for us to get the benefit. Like the city has to grow for a while until we get the benefit. So it takes a little longer. Anyway, we'll hold on to this, either a golden age or we could also, as I said, found, excuse me, what's its name? Mining Inc. But I have enough on my hands spreading the other corporation right now. We can go ahead and heal for right now. That works for me. And I think I went through and did all the immediate whips I wanted to do in various different cities. All right, our settlers are still on their way. Rifleman settler here. We have other boats moving in that direction too, don't we? We got a couple galleons. Here we go. Here's the other ones. Got a galleon. Oh, this one's on its way back to pick up workers. That's right. This one's going to be on its way back to grab these workers and then bring them over here to connect that, because this poor city, Pharaoh, is useless until we get them over there. But yeah, so we have a galleon here with a rifle and a settler. We have a galleon with 2 rifles and a settler. So we have 2 settlers on their way up there. This one's on its way back. Where's our other galleon? Because I know we have 5 of them, or 6 of them. Got 1 down here, 1 here. Oh, we have multiple one. Okay, so we have 3 of them heading, actually 4 of them heading up there. Then we have 1 down here. Oh wait, we also have 1 up here with just rifles. Okay. How's Sydney? Sydney's doing great. Sydney just recently celebrated his okay, this one's headed in this direction first. Sydney just recently celebrated his 10th birthday. So we're very excited that he's still doing so well. Creative construction might be better. It could be. Where's creative construction? But we don't really have the resources for creative construction either. Gold, silver. I mean, 1 gold and 4 yeah, this is not really worthwhile either. It's mining ink is still a little bit better. Wait, no, hold on, is this one creative construction? 4 production as opposed to 7 production, but also 28 culture. Yeah, no, he's doing well. He's doing great. His birthday is so we don't know Sydney's actual birthday. We recognize his birthday as National Dog Day, which is it's like August 26th. It's somewhere right around that. So we recognize that as National Dog Day.
We
All
will
right.
make electricity
So we did
scarcer.
get +1 commerce on our
Illegal
windmills. We
industry
actually have
will
quite a few
burn
windmills,
capital.
which is nice. So we're going to need to do Broadway. I'll probably do it in the capital once it gets its factory coal plant. And as I said, on to radio next. We got a number of wonders we're going to want to be building here. So Louisville just going to wait. Louisville, you can't even grow a full size this turn? What's wrong with you? Only +22 food per turn. I'm embarrassed for you, son. Anyway. So yeah, it'll do the factory, and then it'll do the coal plant very quickly. It'll finish the hospital and then knock out wonders in there. Let's just check in on Mansa, what he's doing in terms of research, in terms of techs. So he's up steel. He does not have assembly line. He doesn't have rifling. He doesn't have astronomy, which is really bizarre. He doesn't have biology or anything past that. He does have railroad. So he's up railroad on us, which we can't see because we don't have steel. Okay, but yeah, he doesn't have. How close is he to getting electricity? Does he have electricity? Hold on. He lacks biology and astronomy. He lacks biology, astronomy. Oh, he doesn't have astronomy, so he doesn't have physics. Okay. Okay, he doesn't have physics, so. Or he doesn't have astronomy, so he needs astronomy, then physics. Okay, so he's not close to finishing Broadway anytime soon. He's quite a ways away, actually. He's further away than I thought, so that's good. Caesar was in a golden age. If we're curious about what's that, Ramsey. Ha! That city just got taken over by Kublai. See if we can get his. Could you spare this for a good 5 gold? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Kublai's taken over that island. That was that doom stack we saw sail past us in the last session. So it was headed over here. He took over these 2 cities on the island. Although now he's right next to Caesar again, who he hates. So that's kind of amusing. Anyway. Uh, so we have good espionage. We have the espionage advantage on most of these leaders. We can see some of their research. Like we can see the research on some of these trailers, although Hannibal's apparently gone absolutely nuts on spending espionage. Mansa we can't see. Well, we're getting close to being able to see his research. I'm putting most of my points against him. He has apparently spent an insane amount on espionage this game. He's probably run the slider quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, so let's put the we'll get the lumber mill here. Although I don't expect Silk Road to work that tile very much. Why don't you guys just go to sleep here? I don't think I need you in the immediate future. All right, so over here, we did finish the lumber mill. So I can do this, and it does take the city down to 1 food per turn, but it also gets it from 4 production up to 11. Might be worth working that tile. I don't know. Anyway, you can hop on here, and then you can come on board next turn. All right, so we're going to get you over to here. No, game. Why do you unit cycle like this? You're gonna hop on board here. So next turn we'll drop them off on this tile, and then we'll go back for the other worker. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't quite get there, but that's fine. All right. I was gonna say there's a Caesar city right here, even though we can't see it yet. We still have some of the draftees getting queued over there. All right, so Louisville's done. All of its improvement. Astronomy doesn't help him get money, but it does give you observatories, so it does have a research flavor to it. We need to improve these tiles that we've never improved down here by wood point. The chops should allow it to do the factory as well. Anyway, all right. Let's just check in on some of these cities like Bulia Base. Still growing at an absolutely absurd. Look at this. It's actually at 52 out of 40 food. So it's going to keep growing every single turn for the foreseeable future. Sword Coast, yeah, Sword Coast really. Sword Coast. This is the city that needs, really needs, really needs us to get these connected here, the silver and then the gold. I really need the +4 happiness here. In time, just about every city with the sushi can get up to like size 30. So we really need those resources, and then we're going to need like Broadway. Of course, you can also run the slider, right? We could always run 10% on the slider. That would give us a little bit of extra happiness, but clearly it's not worth doing that right now. Maybe at some point in the future. All right. I'll keep running the slider at negative right now, but I might tick that down in the future. Yeah, I guess it's better for ebbs and downs to, like, I could whip this factory, but I think I just am happy to have this finish it in 14 turns. Could Sword Coast build any temples? It probably could build some temples as well. I think you're right. Yeah, it could knock out a temple or two. So that would be worth doing, I think. Once it has a factory and coal plant in place, base production's pretty good. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Why are you not working these coastal tiles? There we go. But yeah, base production's actually pretty good here. Like 26 production, if we build the factory and the coal plant, that goes up to 52 production. Yeah, that goes to 52, and then it can like build 2 temples in 3 turns for a little extra happiness. So that's not bad. Then we'll need the hospital. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, once these factories are done, we do have these. We're gonna have a glut of wonders here too. I'm gonna have to squeeze out a few executives here and there. But I said I really need to build Broadway. That happiness is gonna help, especially with Eiffel. And I need to get Eiffel Tower because that boosts free broadcast in it's every city, not just on the same continent. Every city. That's really nice because the broadcast give you +1 from hit musics, hit singles, hit movies. And we're going to need that because some of our resources are going to be obsoleted, like fur, ivory. These are going to go obsolete, and I have to replace them with, in the late game, I have to replace them with musicals, singles, movies. So it's actually quite important I get those. Not because they add extra happiness, but just because they maintain what I have right now. Yeah, people don't want furs and ivory in like the modern era because they say it's barbaric. No, it is. Killing elephants for ivory is pretty terrible because we can make synthetic ivory so easily in this day and age. That like does basically the same thing but doesn't involve killing them. All right, so coal plant. Now we're gonna have a huge health unhappiness, but we got so much food. Does that really matter? And we can always do the aqueduct in the hospital. As I said, the hospital's already halfway done, and then we're gonna do Broadway in here. All right, you're gonna just have to chill until we can come back for your pickup. And these workers are gonna be like the saddest workers. But yeah, we're gonna need the workers don't even need to move to this tile. We can just move here and start mining immediately. All right, let's go get the other worker. Can workshop the Plains Farm of Sword Coast. Where is that? Workshop the Plains Farm. Uh, yeah, we could. Probably more use. Well, I do actually want to work that rice tile. It's just there's so much unhappiness right now. It does make more sense to work other tiles. I'm okay with leaving it alone. I might want that. Might want that tile down the road, so I'm okay with that. I know it's a little wonky. All right, here, let's go ahead and get this mined. And I'm going to do the slow version of the mine because I want to benefit from the hills tile yield in the meantime. All right, there we go. 5 production tile. Will be very worth working once we have sushi in here. All right, and I think you guys can just chill here. There's not really much more work for you to do. You can just hang out until we get railroads. All right, let's see if this Barb City is still over here. Apparently Ramses has been battling Barb something. Or he was fighting Kublai Khan. That's also a possibility. Let's go through and do a quick check of my cities to make sure they're not doing stupid stuff. Bouillabaisse is continuing to grow. It's at 67 out of 42. It's 25 food over the limit. But you can only grow 1 size per turn in Civ 4. That's a hard rule. All right, so this is why we got to check on our cities, is stuff like this. Otherwise, we don't need all that espionage. By the way, we're going to get another great person here. Odds are heavy to be a merchant. So that probably gets us the 3-person golden age, which would be pretty sweet. This is a very nice city, Roquefort, our Moai city. Very, very nice city here. And obviously I don't want to whip here. Base production, 46. Now that's in a golden age, so it's definitely not that high normally. Like I could whip this, but I'd rather just let the city build the factory naturally. I don't see the immediate urgency here. This will have the factory like 2/3 of the way done when the golden age ends, and that's fine with me. Plus, then we'll be able to assign more engineers because the factory gives you 2 slots, I believe. Is that right? Yep, 2 slots. So then we can assign more engineers for more production in these cities that are like very low. Yeah, Sword Coast is hurting. But there are some cities like this that actually do need to whip, as we already saw. Silk Road too. Silk Road's going to have to whip that at some point. Look at Elba just powering through that coal plant. All right, Power Peninsula. You need to do the factory over the coal plant over the customs house. No. There we go. You at least have this tile. You know what? We should work this. I think that's better. Yeah, that gets us to 12 production per turn, so that works better. Again, I think you can just finish this naturally. I'm fine with that. This, though, Anglais is going to have to take the hit because it has no production. Sorry, Anglais. And yeah, that bank, we're going to have to cancel that so we can do the coal plant next. You're fine. Homeland's good. Again, we're starting to move away from slavery and more into... also, you should be doing a factory, not a grocer. More into like natural production. I don't know what... I don't know what you're going to build long term. You are just the saddest city. Poor poverty point. You need more pop over there for that. Same here. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to bite the bullet here. You just have no way to finish this otherwise. But your Banana Republic can finish this in a decent time. St. Helena also, but it doesn't have enough pop yet. Woody, still tearing it up. What a gem. Look at this city. This is a city that benefits enormously from the Golden Age because the windmills get an extra point of production and then all the... Look at all this goes. I mean, like a 2, 3, 4 tile is a tremendous yield. Really good stuff. All right, yeah, you finish the market. All right, Ile de Ré needs its lighthouse whipped. That's slightly annoying to do a one-pop whip there, but is what it is. On to Forge next. Sid's Paradise. A little too much unhappiness. We'll do the factory soon. This city's fine. You're fine. We do need to whip the granary here. Lighthouse is next. Same thing here. Granary whipped. So we do still need slavery for these cities, but again, if I could get Christo Redentor, I'd love to pop into slavery for a turn and then go back into either caste system or emancipation would be really nice. Okay. How close are we getting with the convoy of ships? Hannibal's got frigates. Well, hopefully he will. So still a little ways away, but we're here and we're trying to get up to here. So we're getting there. We're making progress. Okay, we can turn down research and still get radio in 2 turns. So let's do that. All right, Roquefort finished now onto the coal plant. Good stuff. Now we can assign more engineer specialists. I'm gonna run the max of that. Oh, we got a great profit. What? We got a low odds profit. Wow. We can actually build our shrine, and so that means we actually want to go back to spreading our religion, which I have not really been doing since we went free religion. But that's going to be great. Oh, now my my shrine city and my corporate headquarters are not the same place, which is annoying. Ah, that's annoying. Oh well, is couldn't really anticipate that, I'm afraid. All right, I'll just put you on the courthouse. I guess you can just grow 1 pop per turn, making use of that. That's nice. I mean, I'll take it, right? I'll take it. All right, onto the coal plant here. Salon onto factory. Okay. That's awesome. I'll take it. That was a low odds profit, believe me. All right, so you now need to bring these guys over to here. This is a well-guarded Barb City. A very well-guarded Barb City. We could probably capture it, but it would just get auto-raised right now. Alright. I don't know quite where these guys are going. Probably to try to whack a Barb City somewhere. Oh, hello, there's a Barb City here. Maybe it's already grown to size 2. It's actually on one of my X's as well. Nice. Alright, someone else went Emancipation, so we're clearly going to have to get into Emancipation soonish. We actually have 3 unhappy faces here. Well, we just did a round of whipping, right? We're probably okay to avoid whipping, because we could also... Let's go Emancipation right now, because we can always go back to slavery on the last turn. In 5 more turns, we can always pop back into slavery, which I probably will do, but we might as well get the advantage of Emancipation for now. Get that extra happiness. Jesus, this city has a lot of... has a lot of specialists. How many merchants are we working here? Okay, Sword Coast. Slow down there, slow, Sword Coast. We still have +4 food here. Can still grow more. Oh boy. Okay, and so this, oh, the nice. The city's size two. That this city we can potentially look to capture. We've got rifles incoming. All right, so our holy city is actually Bulia base. So we're definitely gonna have to get. Do we have a bank in here yet? All right, we have Market Grocer Bank. Okay, and we're gonna have to start. You know, one of these cities is just gonna have to be permanently on missionary duty, which I think is gonna be Roquefort because I believe I built. Did I build a yeah, I built a monastery in here. So this city can just spam missionaries constantly. How many cities still need our quite a few cities need our state religion, so we can definitely do that. Although the naval logistics are going to be annoying, but we actually have quite a few off in the west. So yeah. Well, you do the coal plant first, and then we can one turn missionaries, no problem with this. Okay. Yeah, this city, Roquefort, is going to be the missionary city, I think. Because some city's gonna have to be. It's one of the few that actually has a what's the word I'm looking for? Um, a monastery, yes. Airports for missionary spirit. Well, we don't have flight tech yet, so maybe we have a lot of things to build. Just getting extra trade routes is really nice for us. But yeah, airport would be nice because then I could just airlift them to whatever city needed the religion. So yeah, that could be pretty good. And of course, we don't have to just spread in our territory either. We can spread in like Mansa's territory too. We haven't done that yet, but railroads make it pretty easy to spam with missionaries. So, all right, let's bring you back this way. Still have the final rifles walking back over there from drafting earlier. Well, that was a relatively fast turn. Not a lot of stuff moving around there. By the way, we're going to need a name for our city down here, so be thinking about that for next turn. Anyway, I don't have slavery civic, so there's not that much for me to do this turn. Like once you're out of slavery, it's more just making sure your cities aren't working dumb specialists, that kind of thing. Silver Coast, Silver Hills. Tierra, oh, Tierra del Fuego. That's it. That's the winner. Well suggested, LMS. Tierra del Fuego is perfect for that little area down there. All right, yeah, okay. And I want to. That's the problem. I need to also get the sushi execs out of these cities too. Maybe we can put one in. Creme Brulee is another city that has very good production and is working as spy specialist. Maybe I can get an exec over there out of one of these cities because Bouillabaisse is just going to grow right now. Work a billion specialists. Well, I think I might have to whip the factory there, so I actually can run engineer specialists. Yeah, so we're still trying to get these factories up. Production's going to take off once we get there. I've mentioned this before, but it bears repeating. So whenever you enter an era, there's always a clock of some kind, and they change through the ages. The Soren digital watch, this is a tribute to Soren Johnson, lead designer of Civ 4, and May 23rd is his birthday. That's why it's 523.
Then one
I think
fine
some people
morning,
know that,
Civic
but
told a
as I
Nero
said, I think it
station.
bears repeating.
You know,
Okay.
your life was saved
All
by
right,
a
we got
radio.
radio. So I don't think mass media is in any danger to get picked up anytime soon. So why don't we go and grab railroad next so we can build railroads, and then we have the mining ink possibility. But we definitely need to pick this up anyway. We can hold off on combustion for a while because the only thing it really gives you is oil, and we don't need, as long as we're not building units, we don't need to connect oil. All right, we also got a great artist. So okay, there's our next golden age. We have all three of the three different types of great people. We're actually getting a lot of great people right now because we're running so many specialists, and that figures to only continue as the game goes on. Anyway, we're still exploring, still checking out the map. Oh, it's size 2, you guys. And Mansa's golden age is over because he does not have the mausoleum. All right, let's see if we can take these guys. That way we don't even need to. Actually, can probably have this ship just turn around and head back for another pickup. I don't know why I kept moving to the west. Well, we'll see how they do. Combat odds are actually not amazing here because these are just draftees. I mean, we have odds, but they're not great. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, those longbows are on a hill. Oh, this is not good. A lot of this territory seems to have been claimed already by Hannibal. Let's see if we can get his world map. Well, that's not so great, but I still see a spot on this gold tile right here. If we can drop in a sushi exec, then that's not going to flip. So we'd prefer to have our own gold source as opposed to having to trade for it. But we could hopefully drop right on this tile here. We'll see. As I said, our boat's not that far away. It's right down here. So a little outpost. By the way, look at how bizarre this territory of Hannibal's is. He's got all this territory here, and then he has the vast desert that he's had to work around. World's biggest desert. Any other gold resources? Oh, there's also one over here. So we also have the potential to get a city. Like if we can capture this Barb city, we could then drop another plant over here. Or we could just go right here on the coast. Just get the borders to expand. So we'll see what we can do. Remember, we have multiple settlers heading in this direction. So they're actually conga lining up the west coast. And with some workers on board too. Settler here. Don't I have multiple ones? I thought I had another galleon. All right, so we've got two down here, one here. We have three conga lining up here up the west coast. Where's the third one then? Oh, up here. So the first one has a rifle and a settler. Second one has two rifles and a settler. The third one has two workers and on board. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get our shrine built. See how many, I don't think we're going to get a ton out of that. No, we don't want a golden age. We don't want to discover theology. We want the daimyo. Oh, it's actually worth a fair amount of gold. It's like 40 extra gold per turn. Nice. And as I said, we're going to be spreading our religion to help offset some of the costs of sushi. Some of the insane costs of sushi. All right, so Louisville finished. Wow, look at that. -9 health. Jeez. Okay. Good thing we have so much food. So we're going to knock this out. I think we'll do Eiffel Tower first because it's the most important, and then we'll get Broadway and Rock and Roll next. I can one turn the hospital, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll do that. And like now this city has enough production to just do everything. Let's get Eiffel Tower and Broadway. Those are the first ones, right? And we really want Cristo badly as well. All right, let's improve this. As I said, Wood Point's getting the chops here. All right. Tierra del Fuego. Oh, all right, well, I guess we can make it all one word. Let's capitalize this so it's reads a little bit nicer. All right. This is the real poverty point here. This city is just a pure resource dump, but I mean that silver is very, very valuable for us. So that's pretty important. And then you, how long are they gonna? They're not gonna need too much time, but maybe let's see if we can get a pair of workers and transport them, or a Sushi exec over to Elderberry. So let's see if we can move you to here, and maybe we can get an exec ready for the pickup by the time you get over there. All right, so that's connected. Let's see if we can improve some of these not water tiles. These tiles here. Oh, we can also cottage. We should probably cottage that first, actually. Oh well. And we also said we need to get this connected too, because we actually don't have deer as a resource. Yeah, we actually are. It's one of the resources we're lacking is actually deer. See, so that's worth an extra point of health. Or is it 1 point or 2? I'm trying to remember. What's the doubling resource for that? Is it the supermarket? We do have supermarkets coming down the line later on. What's the doubling resource for sheep? Or not sheep, for deer. It is supermarket. Yeah, it is supermarket. Okay. So this has been a very productive golden age for sure. I'm just going to check in on Mansa again. So let's see. He picked up astronomy. So now he can finally build galleons, but he's still lacking assembly line, biology, we're gonna pick up steel here, so we won't have that over us anymore. And he's still missing physics, and there's quite a few techs gated behind physics. Like we are up one, two, three, four. We're up 5 techs here behind him. He's at plus assembly line, which is a very expensive tech. So I think we'll do steel railroad. We might go for flight after that because airports are really good on this map, both because they give us extra trade routes, and then also being able to airlift units is pretty valuable here because we've got this very spaced out map. So the way that it works is an airport can airlift to any of your cities, um, but the city that receives is limited unless it has its own airfield, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, stagnation, that's pretty good. Wait until Broadway is done. Oh yeah, that's right, because we don't want to obsolete. And we have to be careful about obsoleting some of these resources. Combustion we don't really need until we need oil, so we can hold off on combustion for quite a while. Can ignore that for a bit. So yeah, I think we'll do flight. Like artillery, we don't need. You only need one of flight or artillery. You can skip one of the two. Artillery is cheaper. It's actually quite a bit cheaper, but flight is a much more useful tech. Artillery basically just gives you artillery. So you can usually pick one or the other. Fascism we don't need unless we fight somebody for Mount Rushmore. That's a skippable tech. Military tradition, skippable. If we ever get in a war, we'll want this for calves, but otherwise it's skippable. Divine right, skippable. Theology, skippable. Quite a few that we can ignore here. And then we can start thinking about spaceship paths in the end game. But yeah, our research is just churning along. It keeps going up and up. Again, we are in a golden age. I want to make that clear. But like it's getting better and better. All right, so that gets us to only -6 health there. I said we're going to do Eiffel Tower first. All right. You are going to be my missionary spam center, although I have so much production right now, it feels wasteful to just build a missionary here. Well, we'll figure something out. Let's get an exec out, because we have actually exactly 100. So we can build this with no waste. Let's get a few execs out. And go from there. I actually can't get over there easily. But I might have to use this city on Wonder Building too, because it has such good production. The big one I do need to watch to make sure that Broadway doesn't fall, because that's the earliest one. I have to watch Mansa and be careful for when he has a chance to go for that. So I'm going to squeeze out an exec or two, but then I might just try to knock out Broadway here. And then I'll probably do Cristo next in the capital in Louisville, because Cristo's really important. Oh, flight needs combustion. Okay. You guys are saying, you guys are right. Flight needs combustion. Okay. Well, then we might do refrigeration next, because the supermarkets would actually be helpful, and it is +1 movement on water towels, which is good on this map. So I might go in that direction. Maybe we just rush for the labs next then, right? Because the stuff that would get obsoleted, none of this, like we don't care about any of this stuff. Yeah, because we just do refrigeration superconductors, right? Pretty sure we can do that. It's a very expensive tech, but we could get the labs, get started on the labs. Might not be the worst thing to do. All right, so there's a Barb City here. We could maybe look to capture that too. What has he got on defense here? Cuirassiers. I'm going to knock out this cottage. We're in Emancipation, so it'll grow at double speed. For what that's worth. All right, let's see how we do here. These are straight 2 out of 3 odds, and there are 4 defenders, so hopefully we can win some of these. Looks like we lost this one now. Oh, no, got it. Animation fooled me. So that unit will promote. I think this is the same animation again. Yep. Oh, wow, 1.4, geez. I'll take that. That was close. Went down to 1 hit remaining. Oh, look at this. We got 3 hits and then took 4. 1 more hit, 1 more hit. Bam. That was super dramatic. Can we win all 3? 2/3. The odds are low to win 3 1/3 battles in a row. Well, we did it though. Okay. Nice. Might need to heal up after that though. No, the guy who's on 6.4 can heal, and then the others, we'll see. We'll see what odds we get. I think the three of them together can take out that guy next turn. And then we got another city. So yeah, well, how about you come back here and go for a fresh pickup? We're going to need some workers and maybe settlers. It's very cheap to build settlers. We already have the defenders. We already have the rifles. So yeah, just head on back, grab 2 settlers and some work. Oh, we're also going to need some workers, but we'll figure it out. Cool. Almost have the workers here, slowly making their way out here. Also, the workboats are coming on their way. The workboats are very slowly crawling their way over here to this city, Reunion. Very, very slowly making their way over there. And we could get more gold here, but this will give us more overflow into the next tech. Again, we don't have slavery, so it's not like there's much point in going around checking for what we can whip, because even if we have slavery, we can't whip anything right now. Bully base is continuing to grow. Is at 106 out of 48 food. Oh my god. That's a bit wild. Also, the culture it's producing is out of this world. Then it's time to wake up those workers and put them to work on the railroad. Hey, we actually passed Danza and score.
Before that steam drill shall beat me down, I'll die with my hammer in my hand.
Again, we can do another exec here. I'll do these two. Where I love being on exactly 100 production per turn. And then I think I'll start Broadway there, because I want to make sure I can get that. All right. So we're going to run as many engineers as we can. So we want the production here. All right, 4-plant coal plant. 4-turn coal plant. So where's the most useful place to put one of these guys? I think Creme Brulee is probably the best of the remaining cities. Best place I can put this out of the other cities here. Because like Epsom Downs already has a ridiculous amount of food, and yes, we're going to fix that spy specialist. Already has a tremendous amount of food, so we don't really need that here. Don't build coal. Well, hopefully we can build the Three Gorges Dam. That'll replace the coal plants on the main continent, but we'll see if we can squeeze that in. Omelette's the other possibility. I think yeah. So how about we just do both? One for creme brulee, one for omelette. And then, as I said, I'll swap over to Broadway after that, because I don't want to leave that too long. I don't want Matza to think he can land that. Does he have physics yet? No, he doesn't have physics yet. Okay. Oh, he went for... Oh, never mind. He already had railroad. He actually has combustion. He went all the way to the end of that line. And the others are all irrelevant in terms of their tech. All right. So we only have 39% odds against this longbow. How about these guys? 3%, but between the three of them, they should be able to kill this guy. So just need to make sure we get a few hits. All right, we got at least 2 or 3 hits in. So this guy's probably going to die, but the... Oh, never mind. Okay, or we can just have the god rolls. Return control to the Maldives. So we want a 65%, a 65%, a 65%, and a 40%. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. So we didn't lose any units there. All right, cool. That's... I mean, I would have liked that to get those rolls at a more impactful moments in the game, but I'm not going to complain. Now those guys can all heal up, and we've got all our defenders for the 3 spots on this island. So now we just need to get some settlers. By the time this galleon moves back down there, oh, actually, this is where we want to. Okay, we can get faster to here. So I'll start heading in that direction. We should be able to get some settlers out without too much trouble. Can squeeze out a settler from one of these cities. Actually, no. You know it can build a settler super fast with its bajillion food surplus? Yeah, Bully base. Of course, then it's not growing, but it can build these very quickly. How about you get me 2 settlers real fast, Bully base, with your obscene food surplus? That way you'll have 2 settlers ready by the time that ship gets down there. Something like that. We're also about to get faster... I was going to say we're about to get faster ship movement, but we're not that close to refrigeration. Oh, hey, there's a... You know what? Why don't we just hang out here, and then you can attack us while we have the defensive bonus. We're still making sure that spot doesn't get claimed. All right, there we go. I think Tierra del Fuego might just, yeah, just works this tile. So now we just need to build the road, and then we've got silver everywhere. Cool. All right. So that tile's done. Now we're going to connect. Oh, we need to get this built in the near future too. Um, how fast can you? Well, maybe we can build a settler out of this city soonish, just so we can get the health. Because the health would actually, it's +1 immediately, and then another +1 when we build supermarkets down the road. Well, anyway, let's work on improving these tiles first. Woodpoint is going to have its factory finished with the help of these chops. So he's never going to have that much production or food surplus, but yeah. Okay. So we're not at the end of the golden age yet, but we are at 2,700 beakers per turn. We're curious about the demos. That is first by quite a bit. While we're in the golden age, we have good production, but apparently Mansa has like 20% more than us, even when he's not in a golden age, which is crazy. That said, he can have all that production because you know what I've got? I've got this. I have this food, and this is his food. I'd rather have the food edge than the production edge, just due to the way that Civ 4 works. Where's food on here? Yeah, much rather have the extra food, and that's only going to get worse as we continue spreading Sid Sushi around. He has a lot more land, correct. He has a lot more land. I mean, we're so heavy on water tiles. It's a shame. Someone said in one of the comments on the YouTube videos, like, it's a shame you weren't Willem for this game. And I'm like, yeah, you are 100% right. If we were Willem for this game, man. Oh boy, can you imagine if we were financial creative? Now, creative has been awesome for this game, but being financial for all these water tiles would have just been absolutely insane. Actually, Mining Ink will not actually fit. I mean, it would fix some, but Mining Ink would not actually do that. It would only give us 8 production in the cities. I mean, that would help, but it wouldn't be like incredible. So maybe it's something to think about. I'm definitely considering it, but like I need to spread Sid Sushi and I want to spread my religion. So I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to spread. Oh, what's this? Our boat's about to arrive up here? Oh, we actually lost that. What? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so Broadway. Also, no, bad game. Bad game. Uh, we'll work on Broadway next year. And so this is going to go to Omelette. Oh, what's this? We finally got the workers over here. It's a miracle. How long did it take them to make it there? An awfully long time. Ramses has made peace. Kublai. Kublai liberated Kaf. Wait, he went to that war to gain control of Kafun and then just liberated it back anyway? That didn't make no sense. That was pretty dumb to give that back to Ramses. Now the city he captured up here is useless. The AI sometimes. We've seen this in AI Survivor, right? Liberate the city back to the person they captured it from. Yeah, also, and Dykes, right? Dykes would be madness, yes. All right, we're going to give you the medic promotion so that these units can heal quickly. Yeah, Dykes would be absurd on this map. Anyway, just about explored the entire map. All right, so yeah, here we go. Oh, that better not be a settler on that tile. Oh, thank God there's no settler on that tile. No, we're not declaring war. What we are dumping this unit on this tile. All right, well, why don't you start heading back for another pickup? This is like the world's longest world's longest trip here. We can build lumber mills here. There's no need to chop this down. The yield's the same. And we've got railroad coming in next turn, so why don't you guys skedaddle up here to cities that are more important and get prepared to dump railroads on here starting next turn. And there we go. Did we just get the silver connected? Yes, we did. And we're about to get gold next turn, so that's going to solve our happiness issues. Yeah, look at that. No longer unhappy. Just working all the specialists. Work this tile so we still have food coming in. Yeah, -8 food per turn. But this city does not have the hospital, so that'll give it a little bit more health. And the supermarkets are on the, we have to prioritize supermarkets. I think refrigeration is our next tech, so we can get the supermarkets. That could be +4 food per +4 health if we connect the if we go get this deer tile. So like the hospital plus supermarket is 7 additional health here. So like that's a lot of health. Also look at this 72 great person points per turn. Pretty wild. Okay. So oh you know what we need another exec, don't we? So we can go send overseas there. So I will do one more exec here then out of Roquefort, and then it can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it can hop on board this ship next turn. I hate to keep delaying Broadway. How close is Mansa to going for? All right, he still doesn't have physics yet, so we still have some time there. All right, creme brulee. How much will this cost me? It cost me about 30 gold per turn. It's okay. We'll make it up in volume. Now the city is plus a billion food per turn. It's okay. We'll make it up. 23 food, 90 culture, minus 30. Sushi is pretty absurd. Yeah, and some cities don't have aqueducts, so it could be 9. Yep. All right. Yeah, I mean, I can't whip anything, so I don't have to like go through every city. I think we'll flip back into um I think we flip back into slavery next turn because we're going to need it. But Louisville, I think as soon as it's done Eiffel Tower, it goes on to Cristo. It's going to take longer than 7 turns. Also, bad game. The spy special. It's going to take longer than 7 turns because the golden age is going to run out. But we should be able to get to Cristo. I mean, no one else even has physics, much less electricity, much less radio. So I think we're relatively safe. And then once we have Cristo, we can spend most of our time in Emancipation, but then we can flip into slavery for 1 turn, do whips, and flip back, which will be really nice because some of these island cities definitely still want slavery to pop stuff out, but we'd prefer to be in Emancipation most of the time.
I fooled you. I fooled you. I got
All
pig
right,
iron. I
so
got pig
refrigeration
iron.
next,
I
and then
got
I think
all pig
superconductors.
iron.
We're really just burning through the tech tree here. I know it's going to be slower once we get out of the golden age. All right, so you are going to do Broadway for us. Factory on the coal plant. This city really wants a levee too, but let's get the coal plant first, and then we'll do the levee. It's a lot of water tiles, or a lot of river tiles, excuse me. All right, got the lighthouse done. Forge next. There's another city that's going to want some whipping love. Hey Ragnar, since Christo doesn't have a resource boost. So it would be worth using the Great Engineer if we were worried about someone else taking it, but I don't think we need to rush it. I think it's very safe. So I'd rather hold for the possibility of either a golden age. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Wait, why can't this move on to the ship here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's no road on this tile. There's no road on that tile. Whoops. That's fine. Should have roaded that a long time ago, though. Anyway. Well, we'll just put a railroad on it. Okay. Time to wake up all those lazy workers. And just after roading this, we can now railroad it because why not? It's +1 production. And it's not like those workers have anything else to do. All right, you're coming down here so you can dump your absurd culture onto that. And we might be able to flip Hannibal's city. Maybe not. He's already expanded out to 100 culture, so it seems unlikely we'll be able to flip this. But I think we'll be able to get control of this tile. Maybe. We'll see. At the very least, it'll be pretty hilarious. Oh, what's this? Ramses about to unload. He's gonna try to land a city or a settler here. Okay, bud. Have fun with that. I think we've just about got the whole northern coast. All right, so you have a very long voyage ahead. So it's 15 turns to there, and how long to the north coast? Is it faster up here? It's basically equivalent. Maybe slightly faster. All right, what's our name for this city, you guys? I cannot believe that the barb unit is there, but hey, we've got our gold now. We've got our gold. We're actually going to need to build our own workboat here. Gold Coast. Ah, Gold Coast. Perfect. Perfect. That's a great name for that spot. Come on. This is like one of the most remote places you can ever find on the map. Hopefully Hannibal won't get too annoyed by this. He probably will. But it's going to give us a gold resource, and that's what matters. Hopefully he won't try anything. Look at where this is on the map. So we've got another galleon here. So this next galleon, I think is going to come over here. The rifles can hopefully capture Shangian, and then we can settle on this spot. And that'll give us a more stable source of gold, if no one's over there yet. I don't suppose Caesar, oh, he won't send trade us his world map, so never mind. All right, there we go, losing, tossing down another individual there. All right. So hey, the Pharaohs finally have disconnected. Finally got that granary done. Very nice. All right, it's the last turn of the Golden Age. So we did connect the gold resource. So Sword Coast is temporarily fine, but we're about to swap into, wow, look at this city again. We're about to swap into Slavery Civic again, so it's going to be unhappy once that happens. We're about to lose the Golden Age. All right, F3 is back to Slavery Civic. Yep. So 3 unhappiness for Emancipation. Yeah, that's too bad. That's the only unhappy city at the moment. Some of these others, though, are going to be getting a little closer. All right, so got to go through our cities and see where a whip makes sense. Not there, obviously. Not there. For 3 pop? I'll do it for 3 pop. Because it's just whipping off specialists. Also, why? Why would you keep the spy specialist? Yeah, similarly, I'll do it for 3 pop. That's almost done. Right now, we can wait another turn there. Not quite yet. I don't want to sacrifice quite that much pop. You're about to finish that on your own. Oh, we should go through probably next turn. All these cities are 1 turn away from a whip cycle ending, so let's just look at them all next turn. Silk Road needs a levy. Yes, it does. It actually does need a levy quite badly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's quite a few tiles that would benefit from one. But this city's always had kind of a low food surplus, so it's never been one of my better ones. Peace treaty canceled. All right, the Golden Age is over, but we're still almost 2,500 beakers per turn, so that's not bad. How about more sushi resources? Sure, why not? More sushi for us. We're not trading our only coal. Sorry, bud. Sorry, that's just not happening. And I don't have surpluses of anything else. Sorry, bud. Not trading my only coal. I need that for the coal plants. Just the way it is. All right. Factory done here. How about instead of 2 spy specialists, we do 2 engineering specialists instead? Feels a wee bit better. So like Creme Brulee and Omelette are about to become excellent cities in their own right. Now that they've got Sid Sushi food coming in and they have, 30 food per turn surplus. Plus they have some actual hill tiles to work. So they'll be able to get some more missionaries out soon too. Eiffel, yes. Okay, so you... Wait, how did this city keep growing even though it was in the middle of a settler build? I guess because it had an excess. We need another settler, so you do that. Remember, I'm trying to get settlers for this island up here. That's probably the last place I'm going to try to settle on this map. Because we're getting to the point where the end of the game is approaching and it stops becoming cost efficient. Like, I know there's more islands up here, but yeah, there is like a limit at which it doesn't make sense. This boat is probably just going to take 3. Oh, I forgot to wake up all my workers last turn. Did people mention that? Probably people mentioned, like, hey, you should have woken up your workers. Gotta start building railroads. Stop lazing around on the job. We got work to do, guys. Gotta build that rail net. Where are my other workers? Yeah, I got some over here. I had some over here that were sleeping. Here we go. Start pairing them up. No, again, why? Why go to the exact opposite side of the continent? Makes no sense. All right, well, not much more for these workers to do. Maybe I can bring them. Oh, I don't really have a pickup for them, do I? Definitely going to do that whip. Well, have fun, you guys. You know what they can do? They can chop some of these forests that are useless otherwise while they're waiting for someone to come back. All right, you are going to need to get over here. right? Because we've got a ship headed in that direction. Also need to build some workboats for these islands. Oh, and we rename what's the name for Zapotec? We should rename that one. I'm sure someone listed that. People asked about his Mansa plotting war. It does not appear to be, which is not surprising. He is just cautious, but not plotting war at the moment. Mexico wanted Mexican names for interesting. Let's hold this galleon here for the moment. I can probably move these two workers somewhere more relevant. Lucky's pretty good. we were definitely pretty lucky there. All right, I don't know where this. I think this yeah, Caravel's pretty much done exploring. All right, you are going to continue over to here. Let's go to there. Did that, by the way, did that barb unit that was messing with us die? By the way, if Hannibal came after me, I would not be able to hold this city, but all right, he's not plotting war. I mean, in the end of, if this were to get captured, I would not be the end of the world. It would be annoying, but Mexican names because the barb city was Zapotec. Okay. Are these units all healed? No, one of them is still healing up. That makes sense. All right. So now I wanted to go through and check some of these cities needed whippings. We were right around here, I think. I whipped this city, I believe. All right, Epsom Downs is on. No, it needs to do the coal plant. Just whip that. Factory's almost done there. I know I mentioned that. This city is almost done. Corsica, there we go. Coal plant. Only way this city can finish anything. Silk Road factory. Oh, it really needs this, doesn't it? I'll do it next turn when it's one turn away from growth. Elba is fine. Does it need anything? Sure, we'll speed this up with a whip. Only costs 2 pop. That's fine. Wait, did that have a spy specialist? No. Onglai is definitely going to need a whip. Well, we need to wait for the unhappiness to wear off. I mean, we don't have to, but we will. This city's okay. I'll leave it alone for right now. Montreal, though, definitely needs this whipped. Someday we'll try to get the. Someday we'll try to get those built. Mare should be okay. Yeah, I'm not going to whip this. I am going to reassign that, though. Or Poverty Post. Just crawling away there. All right, definitely I'm going to whip that. That was whipping off bad tiles, so that's not bad to lose that. Regret is probably okay. Let's just do this so it's a little faster. And that I can come back to in a couple turns. All right, you're fine. You're fine. We just whipped there. Woody, RIP. You're okay, Woody. Wait, do we need a coal plant here? Yeah, sorry, we did that. Well, we can let the university finish because it's almost done. Then we'll do this. Factory. What would this cost? 4 pop. Did we just gain control of this tile? It looks like we recently gained control of this. We have enough production that I think enough food that I think I want that. All right, forge is, we'll come back. A couple of these need to get whipped in a few turns. All right, Sid's Paradise definitely needs to get whipped. Sid's Paradise there. You're fine. You could use the factory whip though, yeah. Ho ho ho. I think that's okay. Saint Pierre definitely needs its lighthouse. I'll stack up the extra unhappiness there. Same thing here. Just because I'm not visiting these cities as often. You definitely need the forge. Oh wow, you don't even have control of your own first ring. Well, that's going to change. Pharaoh needs its granary. Reunion needs its granary. We need a lighthouse next. Alright. Geez, I have a lot of cities, don't I? There's a reason why I'm trying to only go through and check for whips periodically, because it's too tedious to wait forever. Alright. Like, I just don't want to bother checking every single turn. Got a lot of cities. What you're thinking between doing the factory before levy? That's a good question. We are not canceling our deals. He's gonna give me a -2 for that, or a -1 for that, but I can't cancel with Mance. I have too many trade routes
Tell
going
me
with
what you
him.
eat, and I will tell you what you are.
All right, we'll just go straight to superconductors next, because most of these other techs are optional, and being able to get the labs done quickly will help research. All right, the coal plant. Yeah, the city's not super happy, is it? Well, supermarkets +3 health, hospitals +3 health, -13 food per turn. Okay. -13 food per turn. I mean, we can solve this, right? All we have to do is work these tiles, right? That's all we have to do. But yeah, let's get the supermarket here. Look at these trade routes, by the way. Not too shabby. Also, the maintenance costs are absurd. All right, anyway. So coal plant's done. Out of the remaining options here, I think the jail, yeah, we're already working on the jail before. Factory. Wow, the 115 turn coal plant, okay. Factory is pretty much always followed by a coal plant. All right. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get units out here to these very remote islands. Get our cheap library next. We need a lighthouse next. What is this? Okay. Put the lumber mill there. I suppose we could get the chopping benefit, but all right. There's a city up here. Yep. I think we need to turn down research a little bit. There we go. Still 4 turns. Oh, what's this? There's something here. Oh, that's right. We have an extra movement point now. I forgot we have refrigeration, so we get an extra movement point. All right, so Mansa. Okay, he has picked up physics, so he can now research electricity. Yeah, I picked up physics, so he can research electricity. What else has he picked up? Still doesn't have assembly line or biology, though. And he has combustion up on us. These are optional techs, so he's really just up combustion on us out of the stuff that could research. Yeah, supermarket is pretty good here. Actually, Tortuga, how fast can you do? You can do a settler in 6 turns. Let's do that. Actually, in 5 turns, apparently. How about you do that? Get that ready for us. Just in anticipation of getting this finished. Getting that, because we really could use the extra health in some of these cities. All right, anyway, so military rail net first, connecting cities. Obviously trying to build on hill tiles where possible, so you get the extra point of production. Eventually we'll want them on every hill and lumber mill. But to start, we just want to get the connection so we can move units more quickly. All right, did we get the railroad done there? Okay, we did. Got to get this, whoops. Suddenly we were completely on a different part of the world, for some reason. Where is this? We just want to get this gold tile connected, and we can wait. All right. So our post Golden Age demos are not quite as impressive, but the food stat is still pretty wild. Power, I obviously have not been building any military for a while. Oh wow, Ramses is spiking. Ramses, dude. I sure hope he's not coming after us. He says we just, all right, well, he's apparently not coming after. Who does he dislike? I don't think I think you're on relatively good terms with him. Yeah, he hates Kublai. So Kublai would seem to be his biggest target, but they apparently have a current peace treaty. I hope he doesn't come after me. I mean, I don't think he could really do that much. I just don't really want to fight a war with this guy. I mean, I guess he could try to land ships here. I'm pretty far ahead of him in tech, though, right? Where is he on the tech tree, just in case he decided? All right, so he's on Renaissance era tech. Like he can research chemistry, scientific method, democracy. We're like a full era ahead. I could go industrialism and crank tanks if I needed to without much trouble. And then he's on like the rifles and cabs level of tech. So we're actually not even that far away from mechs, although mechs are an optional tech that we will probably skip in this game, probably. I think we're going to need to go for the top of the tree next. So we're probably going to have to go for combustion and flight. Um, I'm kind of hoping that I can finish Eiffel Tower Broadway before I get there, since it's going to obsolete my whales and cost me 2 happiness. So, yeah. Ramses is not pleased towards me. He's cautious. Good catch though. If he were pleased, he couldn't declare war, but he's only cautious. Space elevator, maybe. We'll see. Oh, someone's here. Hi. Did he just wake up? Okay. Here, we'll put the screen here. Hi, little guy. Can you say hi? Oh, he brought his Charmander. His Pokemon Monster. Sydney's here too. Everybody's downstairs. Hi. Did you have a good nap?
What do you think Dad should do?
What do you think? Is Sid Sushi a little crazy on this map? What do you do? Oh,
he's after the M key again.
He wants to hit the keys. He actually busted the M key on this keyboard. The letter M. Oh.
Aww.
Well, you just showed everyone why you were at the doctor today. Oh, little guy, come here. Yeah, he's totally fine outside of that cough, but and Sydney's here too. We haven't forgotten about you, Sydney. Where are you? There he is. Yeah, Sid's still doing great. He is his normal self, even though he had his 10th birthday. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up shortly so I can come upstairs now that he is awake. Yeah. All right. Thanks for bringing him down. All right. Let's do the rest of this turn, and then we'll wrap it up after that. This is not a super eventful session, but that's fine. Okay. So we just did factory, coal plant, customs house. We're already halfway done with that anyway. All right. So what are we doing? We're building railroads mostly. Did you know that in base Civ 4, a railroad does not increase production on a quarry, and then in Beyond the Sword it was changed so that it does? Kind of a random thing, but that was actually a change made. That quarry's got the plus. Oh, hey, the workboat squad finally made it here. Shiny has been captured by the... Where is that? Oh, that must be on that island we were checking out earlier. Way up. Where is that? There was one of the Barb cities we were looking at. I don't know where that is, actually. Oh, I hope that wasn't the Barb city. Oh. Oh, really? Really? We were about to unload on the next turn. We literally just got there. Okay, well. Okay. That's slightly annoying. It went all the way up there. Anyway, you can just hang out here so we can move these workers. Okay. Yeah, a lot of culture clashes in that area of the map, indeed. We're just checking out this portion of the map because Ramses won't trade us his world map. All right. And building our military rail net. All right. So that's finally there. We finally got our workboats over to Reunion. It took like forever, but it finally made it there. We're building a lumber mill here, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. So we made it here. So we got those settlers. We're gonna move up there. So where's the first settler? Here it is. So that'll be up here in a turn. Next turn. The other settler is about to finish at Bulia base. So instead of walking all the way up there, well, we'll see. I'll probably move the galleon down the coastline and see how long it takes me to pick them up. With railroads, I can get across there faster. I think it's a little faster moving there on the rails. Anyway, so Eiffel Tower is going to finish next turn. Silk Road, I think I was going to do the factory here. I said a turn or two ago. So let's get that while we're thinking about it. So some of these cottages are getting closer to popping. So Bouillabaisse will finish that. There were a couple other cities I was going to whip for things. Anglais, I think. All right, well, I can take a staggered +1 unhappiness for a turn there. I think Cape Corn was another one. Yep, that works. And these cities over here, I think Hong should whip its factory as well. We have another tile there we can improve. Must have grabbed it from Mansa. We'll get some workers over there in time. All right, so yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. Eiffel's about to finish. Broadway's about to finish. Mansa is not about to claim Broadway. Next up, we're going to try to grab Rock and Roll and Cristo. And so like this is going to do Cristo, and then one of these two, Roquefort, actually Sword Coast is probably going to do Rock and Roll. Wow. Yeah, probably it can probably do that once it gets the supermarket and the hospital. Not an amazing production city, but it's it's not awful. 52 production per turn. Can probably work. Yeah, probably go for that. And yeah, we're gonna try to knock out these wonders and then continue spreading Sid Sushi. I actually would like to spread more Sid Sushi. You know what? Creme brulee over here. Omelette, you should, again, first of all, not be working that tile. Do you have your coal plant? No, you should be working that. And Creme, you also should not be working this. Finish the coal plant. As soon as you're done the coal plant, start getting me some more executives. I think we can get up to 2-turn execs. Yeah, we should be able to, we can probably do 2-turn execs with this, especially once we get the rails built. And then you can start spreading to the rest of these in the area. And then Roquefort, you're going to need to go back to, you're going to need to get me more missionaries down the road. Okay. All right. So as I said, good stopping point. Not the longest session today. We should have more time next week. But yeah, thanks for all the, wow, lowest Totestra. Lowest Totestra. Thanks for all the well wishes. I'll see if we get some good pictures tomorrow from the double birthdays. I'll see if I can share them on the Discord. But hope everybody's having a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care, folks. Have a good one.